Hi everybody, this is Mary for Stampin' Camp with Mary and Mary's Stamping Happenings, and today is Tips and Techniques Tuesday. And I want to show you how to do some sponging for some mountain scenes. Let's bring this up so you can see this. This one here is on glossy cardstock. So you're going to have to do using some stays on if you want to stamp on that. This one is just using Whisper White. So this one I want to show you how to do the mountains here. See those? And I just want to do that, and then we're going to put it together on There's a Card Thursday, and we're going to make a card out of it. So the first thing you really need is I've got a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 piece of Whisper White, and you can use Very Vanilla if you want. Now I am going to be using a bunch of different colors. First off, for the bottom and the sunset, I am using Blushing Bride, Flirty Flamingo, and Mango Melody. Then for the sky, I am using Coastal Cabana. I'm using Bermuda Bay, Balmy Blue, Pacific Point, and then for the mountains I'm using Night of Navy. You may also want to use some washi tape, and you're going to need a piece of scrap paper, and that can be anything you want. Okay, so the first thing I am going to do, I start out on the bottom, and I'm going to do the bottom in my pinks and my sunset colors, and I do it mainly up to about 2/3 of the way. So you want to start with your light color, ink up your sponge dauber, and start off and then just go on. And you don't have to get everything all colored, every little piece of this colored with your Blushing Bride or with your Flirty Flamingo. The thing is to get it having its own personality. Looks like my Blushing Bride may need a little more inker in there. I like to do the final one in circles to just get that all blended in there. And you don't have to have a straight line there. Okay, now I'm going to take my Flirty Flamingo and do the same thing. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Mango Melody, and I'm just going to use a little bit of this and get that sun color, that yellow color. You could use Crushed Curry, Daffodil Delight, and I don't want a lot of it. I just want it. So I'm just going to blend that in, just like that, okay? All right. Now I'm going to start on the top, the night sky. Now on the night sky, the darkest is going to be up on the top, and the lightest, you're going to go in here and it's going to be on there. So I'm going to start again with my Coastal Cabana, which is the light one. And I'm going to start off. And you want to go over this. Now you may want to use a little Highland Heather or something to make that a purple, but it gets a pretty good purple as is. Okay, and remember you want to get the top a little more than the bottom. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring over some Bermuda Bay. And again, I'm going to get the top a little bit more than the bottom. So I want that. But I'm still going to get it in the bottom and blending in for that sunset. Now I think that's kind of a greenish color rather than a night sky blue, because I've used the Bermuda Bay and the Coastal Cabana, which is more of a green tint to it. So I am going to use some of my Balmy Blue, which is more of a blue. And again, I'm going to get more in the top, so it's a darker blue. And you can use any of the colors you want. In fact, experiment. Now you can also do this on a full 8.5, or well, I do it a 5.5 by or 4.25 by 11, or 8.5 by 5.5, and do a whole sheet, and then you can cut it up and have a bunch of them for your backgrounds. And again, just getting more up here. Want that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Pacific Point and I'm going to make that blue. Night sky blue there. Pacific Point gives it that real dark blue like the night sky. And just go down a little. Start up, go down. Until it comes to what you like. What you like. Now I think that's a pretty nice night sky, right? Okay, so now what I'm going to do, that's just, you can do it just like that and leave it all alone. But I'm going to make some mountains. And this is, you know, these would be really great mountains. But what you're going to do is you're going to want to go over this way, because the mountains you don't want these as mountains because they'll be like valleys and stuff. So you want to do something like this. And you don't want to get them all up in the blue. You can, but then you won't see some of the sunset. So I'm just putting it down. Now what I do is I take, this is where I come in with my washi tape. I just tape one of these edges down and then tape this. Because you're going to be using that sponge dauber, and this is going to move around. I'll tell you right now, it's going to move around. So you're going to take your Night of Navy and your sponge dauber, and you're just going to start here. And you don't want to go the full width of the card yet, or the full length of the card. You just want to get some of those mountains in there. The darker, the further back they look. But they have a little of that sunset just peeking over them too. So you're going to get a little color in there. And I like going down on these because that paper, after you tear it, likes to roll up if you could do it in circles. So there we go. Okay, so I'm going to take that piece apart. Look at those mountains. Isn't that beautiful? Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move them over just a little bit. Stick them down again and do another row. Definitely don't want to go in circles on that. That'll tear that. And you just want to go down just a little bit again. And you can leave a little of the color, the sunshiny color in there. And then I am doing one more, let's see, like that. Maybe up a little. And now this is one I'm going to go all the way down to the ground. I want to take this off, maybe put that up there. Because I don't want that to look like I have a piece of sunset just sitting there. And you can use it, make silhouettes off of this, or just put a saying on it. I'll show you all about that here on tips, or on There's a Card Thursday. So there we go. I think I want a mountain right there. So let's give me another mountain right like that. Now the nice thing about this is you're still going to be able to see the mountain underneath. I'm not going that hard over it with that much ink. See? There you go. So now the next time you see this, we'll be making a card with this. So remember to follow me on YouTube, and all the supplies are listed below which I used with this. Please, I really would appreciate it if you would purchase your Stampin' Up products from me, as I'm a small business and this is how I make my living. Thanks for visiting, and bye-bye.